It's very difficult to change the intergovernmental system and the national priorities, which are based on short-term interest. And I think one interesting thing is that the major companies in the world, biggest ones, are kind of wakening up that the business, as we know it, is not really possible in the 4 Celsius world which we are heading towards. For global warming, it's going to be a nightmare for many people, many regions, many countries. So big corporations are already understanding this, but also then artists and musicians and opinion leaders are getting there, and then we have started some interesting moments on that, and of course Club of Rome and its chapters are involved in various kind of things, but mostly I think in the scientific world. But we need more mobilizing bigger masses and people.
What I was seeing, particularly in the United States, has changed a great deal from what it was when I began in the 1960s. And that was extremely degraded shorelines and very degraded bay bottoms and coastlines. The American public, after talking to them, has more or less gotten it, especially places like Florida, Long Island Sound, the California and Oregon coasts, and they've gotten that if they don't do something constructive to put back the plants that they have degraded, that the entire ecosystem can simply go past the tipping point to extinction. But they have begun all over the United States to do this. Now, the challenge lies in the many countries that depend heavily on fish, because the coastlines, the habitat at the shore and under the water is the habitat that makes the fish, and we're running out of fish. Our fish catch is way down because they have no place to live and they have nothing to eat. So the question is, if we want to remain viable, we want to put this back, restore it. But countries, for instance, Southeast Asia is a very good example, and they still are damaging things and degrading things and have not gotten the ethic of restoration, which is a rather sophisticated environmental technique, because first thing people do is describe it, and then they protect it, and then only then do you begin to restore it.
I think there are at least 2 other sustainability issues that we focused on too little. One is water, and the use of fossil water resources in China, in India, in the Middle East. We're running down many of the fossil water sources, and we're using those for food production. The time is going to come when that water gets too expensive to be able to continue its use in the current form. Another issue is species reduction, and obviously we are going through, as everyone has said, a major extinction of species, which is human-driven, and that's in the fisheries, that's in the forests, and that kind of issue has not really been modeled adequately in my mind. We haven't begun to get our minds and models around that. That is coming. We'll be building those into our longer-term forecasting systems also.